Good afternoon. I am Tracy Spence with your newscast. This newscast is brought to you courtesy of BioLife Energy Systems. Come join the living. Call them at 800-875-5433. USA Credit Repair, a key to beautiful credit. You may call them at 800-786-1330. And Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration, weekdays 8:30 a.m., on Saturdays 7 p.m. and 12 noon on Sundays. Now for the news in details. United States-based carrier JetBlue is set to launch a major Caribbean expansion in November with new routes across the region from Aruba to St. Martin. In a recent announcement, the airline said that starting November 19, it will be launching 7 new non-stop routes to the wider Caribbean region, all out of Newark Liberty International Airport. The new routes will include one-day flights to Aruba, 2-day flights to Cancun, one-day flights to Montego Bay, one-day flights to Nassau, one daily flight to Providenciales, one daily flight to Punta Cana, and one daily flight to St. Martin. The carrier has already launched reservation on all of the new routes. It will take at least another 2 weeks for the police to complete investigations and present a case to the Director of Public Prosecutions into last month's surprise birthday party for Sprint legend Usain Bolt that reportedly breached COVID-19 management protocols. Days later, Bolt was confirmed COVID-19 positive. Both Prime Minister Andrew Holness and Health Minister Christopher Tufton declared there would be no special treatment for the superstar and that an investigation would be launched into the event following a viral video of Bolt and guests dancing and singing at the party held at the Football Factory in St. Catherine to celebrate his 34th birthday. Last Friday, Anthony McLaughlin, superintendent in charge of the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Unit, said sleuths were still resolute even though the superstar is in isolation recovering from COVID-19 and even though some visiting patrons had already returned home overseas. When pressed, McLaughlin could not say with surety possible sanctions that could be brought against any international visitor to the island who violated quarantine orders to attend Bolt's party. Meanwhile, the United States Secretary of State Michael Pompeo is due to make a 2-day visit to Guyana next week, as senior Guyana officials has confirmed. Permanent Secretary in the Foreign Ministry Ambassador Audrey Jardine Waddell told reporters that the visit is scheduled for September 17 and 18. Pompeo had been critical of the David Granger administration following the disputed March 2nd regional and general elections, and Washington had threatened to impose stiffer sanctions on the government and other officials if the figures from the national vote recount had not been used to determine and declare the results of the polls. Granger had said that in April his administration had turned down a request from Washington to relay the Voice of America VOA radio broadcast to Venezuela, which is preparing to hold elections. In sports, the hierarchy of the Jamaica Athletics Administrative Association J3A is to meet in the coming weeks to formulate a plan to hold its annual general meeting AGM in November amid the recent spike in COVID-19 cases. This year's AGM holds significance as a new president will be elected because Dr. Warren Blake is set to demit office after 2 terms. The government's COVID-19 protocols will prevent members of the J3A from congregating to vote for various positions. Blake and his colleagues are trying to find ways to solve that problem. General Secretary Garth Gale is the only person who has indicated an interest in becoming president so far. But prospective candidates still have time as nominations will not be officially opened until the end of October. And that is it for the news. This newscast came to you courtesy of BioLife Energy Systems. Come join the living. Call them at 800-875-5433. USA Credit Repair, the key to beautiful credit. You may call them at 800-786-1330. And Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration, weekdays 8:30 a.m., on Saturdays 7 p.m. and 12 noon on Sundays. On behalf of the news and production team, I am Tracy Spence. Do have a good afternoon.